I was recently reading a book called The Everything Store by Brad Stone. It is basically a story about Amazon and specifically Jeff Bezos and his journey to becoming one of the richest men in the world and making Amazon one of the largest companies in the world. A few things stood out to me in the book. One of the most interesting things that I found was the fact that because of a lot of reasons, Amazon almost failed a few times, especially in its early phase during the early 2000s. And I just wanted to share a few of the incidences that happened that could have resulted in Amazon shutting down completely. One of Jeff Bezos' earliest enemies, if you could call that, was a bond analyst from Lehman Brothers. His name was Ravi Surya. He was from a small town in India. And being a bond analyst, he released a lot of reports which were extremely critical of Amazon. And this was during the early 2000s, just before that even. Every time Ravi's analysis came out, there was intense scrutiny on Amazon. His reports suggested that Amazon had a terrible it was in a terrible financial situations. They were at the risk of running out of capital very soon, and the business model was not tenable at all. And like I said, every time his reports came out, there was a lot of scrutiny, and all of Amazon's investors got very wary. In fact, for one of his first reports that came out, Amazon stock dropped by more than 20%. Of course, Amazon and Jeff Bezos refuted his claim, saying that his analysis was bullshit. He made a lot of mistakes in his assumption, and that Amazon was resilient despite bleeding a lot of money during the early stages. But one must think that if you or I were Jeff Bezos at that time, it would not be easy to ignore the pressure coming from all directions and everyone hammering the fact that your business was doomed to fail and your business, no matter what you did not succeed. But people from Amazon at that time said that Jeff Bezos, no matter what happened, kept a cool mind and he was very sure that he was to succeed. Now, one could argue that that was something that any entrepreneur would do, at least publicly speaking, no matter how much negativity they faced. But as you can imagine, I think it's just a testament to the fact that no matter what anyone says, entrepreneurs should stick to their guns and they should stick to their convictions no matter what anyone says. And I think the Ravi Surya episode for Amazon, obviously his analysis didn't turn out well. Amazon was able to scrape through. They were able to be profitable because of a lot of things that they did, including some accounting activities that they did that made them get out of the hole. Regardless, in hindsight, as you can see, Amazon is obviously doing pretty well right now. In 1999, there was another article by Barron's, a well-known publication, which the title of the article was called Amazon.bomb. And this was during the dot-com frenzy, where they said that tech companies like Amazon were highly overvalued and they were doomed to fail. They were just absorbing a lot of money because of the investor interest, but their business model and the cash flow did not elicit the confidence that it should have. This article, just before the dot-com bubble burst, inevitably played a big role in deciding Amazon's investment strategies. They did make a few changes. And of course, after the article, the dot-com bubble burst, a lot of tech companies went under. But of course, Amazon survived. I think one of the reasons that Amazon had survived at that point is because of just Mr. Bezos' commitment towards customer service, towards building a loyal customer base that despite bleeding a lot of money, it yielded a lot of loyalty, which I think was one of the reasons why Amazon survived even after the dot-com bubble burst and even after it succeeded. It was a very crucial time in the company's history. And as you can see, and there were a few other incidences as well. For example, there was a meeting between the Walmart family, the Walmart CEO, and Mr. Bezos and the executive team. At their place, they had gone to Arkansas to meet with them. And during the meeting, it was all closed. There was a slight hint or a suggestion by the Walmart team that they may be open to acquiring Amazon at that time, because Walmart did not have an e-commerce presence and Amazon was one of the leading disruptive startups that was inevitably taking some of their market shares, or at least in the future they would. Of course, it did not happen, and soon after a few years, Walmart and Amazon have become one of the biggest competitors in the e-commerce space, though all of us know who the clear winner is, at least in the digital space. So one can imagine what would have happened if Amazon had decided to negotiate or discuss the possibility of merging or being acquired by Walmart. I think things would look very, very different at this point, especially given the fact that things like FBA and Prime and all these other features came after that meeting. And maybe if they had been acquired by Walmart, we may not have had Prime, or we may not have had 1 day or 2 day shipping. And it's just a fact that Amazon played a big role in disrupting the very first principles of retail and online retail that existed at that time. So I think it's just a testament to the fact that so many things could have happened, but Amazon stuck to its guns under the leadership of Mr. Bezos. And, despite all the criticisms that he has faced, despite all the criticisms that Amazon as a company has faced, it is of little doubt that given all these challenges that they have overcome, it is a testament to how good they are and how the world has changed because of what they did.